Hello, welcome to Art 115. I am Nancy Briggs, your instructor. There's my email. I am a remote worker, so I am available most of the time at my desk, but I will get back to you as soon as possible if I am not. We are going to look at the course scope in this video, how the course is structured, the attendance policy, types of assignments and weighting, how to navigate the course on Blackboard, and tips on how to succeed. So the scope of the course is to follow the study of art and architecture from around 1400 forward, all the way to contemporary art. And you can see here with all these mothers and children that things are really going to change. Photography will be invented, and that will change, well, not just art, but the world. But you can see that we have all these styles that are going to happen, styles that will know artists and will know why they made these things, which is something that was missing in the first survey if you took that, or if you will take that in the future. What this course is about. It's designed to provide students with the tools and terms needed to look at and understand art in a historical context. We're going to explore how and why art objects came to be, as well as the drastic shifts in art making that take place in modern and contemporary art. Lastly, we'll look at the influence of art from one time period to another and examine the historical significance of these styles. And things really will lead one to another. Artists will look at what other artists are doing and either be in the same school or take it to a different level or rebel against it. So I think it's a very exciting course to teach. This course is run as a once-a-week meeting. All week's assignments are due every Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Modules, which are our weekly assignments, are open on Fridays at least. We usually have 2 weeks open at a time. There are 2 weeks open now, and you can always work ahead. The textbook's always open if you want to work ahead on the readings and quizzes. I should remind you that you can't do anything in the class, any of the week's assignments that I have open now, until you do the verification quiz, and you must get a 70 or above. I don't count it as a grade, so feel free to stop at 70 or get 100 if you want to get 100, but it does not matter to me. It doesn't count as long as you get a 70 and you can see everything in the class. All right, late work will not be accepted in my class. It is tied to attendance, and all the other assignments for that week go together. The discussion board, the other assignments we might have, projects or written, are based on the chapters that you're doing. So working behind just sort of turns in the work to busy work. This is the policy for coastal on absences. 2 in a row will lead to withdrawal on the second. 2 non-consecutive will lead to withdrawal on the third. That's on our course if you need to look at that. I should note that since attendance is tied to attendance, the things you pass in, you only have to pass in one thing that gets a grade for the week. And I mean gets a grade, it can't be a 0. So you can't do a mind tap for like 2 seconds and get a 0. You have to earn a grade. That said, if you don't do all of the assignments for the week, then you'll be behind and you won't be able to make them up. So, make good choices. All right, so the types of assignments, we're going to have the mind tap, it's called, that's the system, are the chapter and image quizzes. You'll do the readings, and then there's a chapter, like tests or questions about the chapter reading, and then there's image quizzes. These you can take as many times as you want, and I dropped the 2 lowest grades, like if you get frustrated and don't want to take it again. So weekly discussion boards, chapter tests, there's tests that are group chapters, like the first one is chapter 14 and 20. Midterm assignments, written and sometimes there's a drawing project. There's usually a choice, so don't panic if you don't want to make a drawing. And then the final exam has 3 different parts. The discussion boards, each week you will apply the readings to a topic on the discussion board, and you will answer the form prompt completely. Please use good grammar and spelling. And again, you'll be applying what you learned from the course content. And then you will be able to see what other people post, and you will reply to at least 2 students. You can reply to as many as you like, but you need to reply to 2 students for full credit. And should extend the conversation. You are showing me what you have learned on the topic that they're talking about. You can't just agree or like or rephrase. Don't say, oh, I wrote about that too. And that's it. That's not enough. That doesn't show me that you've learned anything extra on the topic. And please don't treat these as discussions or as social media. They are academic conversations, please. Okay, so how to succeed on tests. This is important information because this is what you'll be doing to, other than the little quizzes and the discussions, how do you prepare for these tests that are a big part of our course. So I give a review sheet ahead of time, and it's already there for the first test, and you take the review sheet, and that's the stuff you need to know for tests. That's the possible list of materials that are on the test. Not everything in the textbook. There's many, many, many images that we won't have to know. And by know, I mean you don't have to memorize. You're going to take notes and you're going to learn about them. You're going to understand them and be able to apply things about them on the test. So it's not like memorizing dates. There's no dates on our tests. So what you need to do is look at the review sheet ahead of time and take notes. There's chapter slides that you can edit, and then there are lecture videos that you can use to take notes if you'd prefer to treat this as an in-person course. Then you can just watch my lecture videos and take notes as if we're in class, and that's might be a helpful way to do things if you don't want to go back to the chapters and take notes. All right, and I'll show you those in a second. Please note, using AI or just Googling answers, especially on tests, is not acceptable, as it is not anywhere on the campus. I will know if you do usually, because my questions are very specific to what we're learning, and when students use AI, it's pretty obvious because it doesn't really apply what we have learned. So make sure you are doing your own work. Of course, spelling and grammar is always welcome. All right, let me show you our course real fast. So these are all the things that I'm talking about here. There's entry verification, and these will all pop up once the course is open. It's not open yet. So the page will open on the announcements, and you will see, there's our banner, but you will see the announcement saying to take the entry verification. Course information is here. That's the syllabus and the schedule. That's a real quick reference. There's a syllabus again. There's the attendance policy again. But what you really need to pay attention to are the modules, the discussion board, and these are the things I was talking about you can take notes on, the chapter slides. Okay, so when you go to the modules, that's where all of your assignments are. You'll see our textbook, and you can get to it that way. However, I've put them all on each module as well. So this is the cover page here, and it tells you the objectives and what you will be doing for the week. And then when you click on the week, that's where you'll see the list of things to do, and you'll click on those to get to what you need to do. So that's the way that you're going to find everything. So I'm counting this getting started module as it's technically week 1, but since it starts on Wednesday and some people won't even log in till Thursday or Friday, I don't really count it as a full week. So we're starting week 1 for the next week, and that just works out better for the 12 weeks with the way that the calendar works. So you can see next week is open already. You can see it. You can't see anything else yet, and I'll open week 2 during the next week. So week 1, you're going to do chapter 14 and 20, and then you're going to do these other things. So when you click on it, you can see the readings here. Okay, and then the quizzes are here as well. So you can get to the quizzes in many ways, over here, up there. If you ever notice that your quizzes are not generating on Blackboard, your grades, please let me know, because I can check the grade book for you, the textbook grade book for you. Okay, and then I'm not going to open these because they're downloads. So the slides are here for you to take notes on. You can edit those and keep them. I highly recommend that you take the list. See, the test 1 review sheet is right here. So you take this list and you open it, and then you go to the chapter slides and you open that, and that's where you can take all your notes on the things that are on the review sheet, and that's what you could have on your computer to use as your open notes. Okay, and then these are my lecture videos if you want to take notes that way. All the things I talk about in these videos are on the slides, so, and on the review sheets. So you can, however your learning style is suited is how you should study for the test. But this is what I'm recommending, so that you're not just opening the test and at a loss. You should, you're welcome to use the open notes. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, so do the readings. Those are important because, everything's based on those. Watch the lecture videos. Those aren't mandatory, but if that suits your learning style, that's best. Take notes for open notes for the test. Do the work for each week. Missing assignments is the way to not get a good grade. And do your best on all assignments. I'm not a hard grader. I don't think the materials are that difficult, but you do have to do them. So this is a preview for the pacing guide. I sent you the course calendar. You can see if you are going on vacation or something, and you need to plan ahead, just note that the tests and those weeks is when it's due. So March 2nd, you have a test due, and it will be open on the 23rd, so you have over a week to take the test. So let me know if you have any issues with any of this, how to succeed, or how to find anything. I'm here for that. All right, so this is what you're doing this week. You're going to take the entry verification test, then you've already learned how to navigate the course. You're going to read through the syllabus and timeline. You're going to take a very short 10-point quiz about this stuff. Then you're going to read the introduction to the textbook, and then on the discussion forum, you'll follow the prompt that applies the textbook intro and an introduction. And then again, week 1 is open if you want to jump into chapter 14 and 20. Okay, lastly, I should mention, I hope that you enjoy taking this class, because I think it's a really fun class, especially some of the projects we do, and the discussion boards are always so interesting to read. So I hope that you enjoy it as well. I'm looking forward to a great semester. Thanks.